What's up everyone, Sean here, and welcome to another monthly channel update for July. We're going to be looking back on June, as always, and this time around it's been actually a mixed bag. Usually my months have been pretty good for the most part, in comparison anyway, and June this time around has been surprisingly very mixed in comparison. So man, like I guess I'll just go straight into why it's been a mixed bag. So E3 was, once again happening, that time of the year with all the video game announcements, and a lot of excitement and hype goes around, and this time I think it was pretty good for the most part. And definitely there are games for everyone, some way or some form. There are some questionable presentation decisions, with the whole, moving from location to location with the PlayStation conference, and on top of the whole thing with EA with shoutcasting a mobile game of all things, especially with Command and Conquer. That's a kind of a huge wound for those fans anyway, and also what happened with Nintendo, unfortunately. So it's just it was definitely an eye opener, I guess, for this time around, and it was exciting. It was definitely interesting in some way, in the least to say. And I think if I haven't said already, I think we did in the podcast, but I think Xbox slash Microsoft won the overall conference. They announced a lot of games. Now, mind you, there aren't exactly exclusives for Xbox, but in terms of as a press conference, it was definitely the most interesting to watch, most exciting. And then I would say out of the big three, like Sony or Nintendo, and then I would say Sony was second and Nintendo was third. But I think even then, I think Nintendo was kind of below Bethesda in my opinion, because of how underwhelming it relatively was with Nintendo. I know they showed off Smash and all, but it's just something we knew was coming. It's a system seller, so you expect them to talk about them. So I think they spent too much time on Smash Brothers in my opinion, and that kind of hurt Nintendo, not only with the presentation, but actually with their investors as well. They actually went down in points in the stock market, and they gotta really make up for it, hopefully sometime in July or maybe in August or something, because they haven't really talked about the online service for the Nintendo Switch. So they haven't really said anything how the online is going to work, what is it going to offer. Of course there's going to be online multiplayer for the games like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart and Splatoon and whatever, but doesn't really, they talked zero things about it for what other things it has to offer. So that definitely hurt Nintendo, not only on the presentation side but on the business side as well. But anyways, what the mixed bag really comes from was the fact that during E3 week, well, the press conference week anyway, was my channel getting disabled from YouTube randomly, and I was really bothering YouTube about it, and I was just really trying to get any update from YouTube and on their Twitter, Team YouTube, and like I kind of explained in that video, basically they didn't really tell me anything. They didn't really tell me what was going on, or the updates and everything, even though I've asked them numerous times. And after a solid week, I randomly got it back, and my numbers were scrambled pretty much, and it kind of ruined it for me anyway, especially during E3 week. And I wanted to get all that all the reaction videos out as soon as the press conference was over, pretty much, just edit a few things and then upload it as soon as I can. But YouTube didn't allow me that because they just randomly disabled my channel, and I wasn't the only one. A lot of people, other people had their channels disabled as well, randomly and probably without any explanation. So thanks YouTube for that. Thanks for being so clear and communication savory, but it's just that wasn't happening very much, you know. And I'm disappointed on their part, and I was just so like just aggravated, and I just did not want any of that. But luckily, you know, I think things are just, you know, back on track now. Definitely, and I can definitely say that, you know, this channel is gonna keep going. Luckily, unfortunately, so I think all is well for now. Hopefully, you know, YouTube, you know, redeemed themselves really big, because they've done nothing but screwing up and say a lot of dumb stuff on Twitter, and making a lot of people not happy with their communications and customer service overall. It's just very robotic and generic, and not really, you know, caring for, you know, each individual for the group, for as a matter of fact. You know, and it's just really aggravating, because some people got their channels back way faster than me, like, you know, like Darkside Phil or DSP, and I think it's just because he has the bigger numbers. I have like a fifth of his subscriber numbers, and it's just, you know, I think that's just how things go. They want to please the ones that, you know, have the bigger numbers, which is, I guess, you know, understandable, but kind of messed up at the same time. But it is what it is. It was a really bad situation on YouTube's part. They were really trying to mess with the subscription thing, I think, and that disabled some channels in the process somehow. That's just my guess anyway, my assumption. And we had to suffer the consequences for it, and YouTube didn't get anything at all, really. Good or bad, but nothing nonetheless. So that had me in a mental little scramble for a bit, and I didn't even go to the gym that whole week because I was just so demotivated by that. But the week after, I immediately went back to the gym. I returned, and, you know, now I'm back on my gains and whatever, and hopefully things will just be normal from there with my YouTube channel. So hopefully none of that happens again. But I don't know. It is YouTube, so some things can happen. Probably mostly bad, unfortunately. So, but meanwhile, like I said, gym and work has been pretty normal. Other than one of the managers I started when I started working actually recently left to go to another warehouse now, so he's gone. So I kind of miss him. He was really nice to me, and, you know, he's just one of those people that I, you know, worked with when I started working at the warehouse at Amazon. So he definitely will be missed, and you know, it is what it is. So and that's that. But hopefully things will go well for him, and best of luck to him. So, but yeah, other than that, nothing really much else out of the ordinary. Real life stuff. Went to go see Incredibles 2. Unfortunately, it was kind of late, and by then I think Danny didn't want to, you know, do a review. I think it was just something he didn't want to, you know, take his time to talk about and whatever. And I kind of understand why. He's like more towards like Star Wars and Marvel movies, but so maybe we'll talk about Ant-Man and Wasp, but we'll see. I'm not gonna hold any guarantees by any means, but I did do a very much more laid-back style of reviewing Incredibles 2. Just, you know, just a picture of Incredibles and then review as the title or logo or whatever, and then of course me talking about it on the mic. So I think, you know, if the situation calls for it, I will do that style of review for movies. But if I had the time, I would love to continue with the green screen and me in the, with the background of some sort, and, you know, and talk about movies from there. You know what I mean? But yeah, Incredibles 2, and I think I saw something else. Oh yeah, it was a Jurassic World. That was like one of the other major movies I saw for June, and very mixed feelings. And I think by the time I made that review, I think my ratings got a lot lower than that. Not a whole, I mean, maybe not a whole lot, but definitely lower than what I've given it. So I think I gave it, what was it, 7.5 out of 10 or something? So Incredibles 2, I actually have similar thoughts about that too. Like the score has kind of lowered since I've reviewed it. So I think I gave Incredibles 2 like an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna actually lower it to like a, honestly, like a 6.5 out of 10 really. And I think for Jurassic World, I think I'm gonna give it like honestly like a 6 or something. You know, it's a pretty movie and all for both of them, of course, but a lot of the important stuff kind of comes short for me anyway when it comes to both of those movies in different ways, of course. But yeah, both movies could have been better, and they're not bad, but they could have been better. So that's all I gotta say about those two movies. So, but I think other than that, I didn't really do anything much else. What was it? When I guess I went to a wedding for my friend's sister, who I've kind of known for a pretty good amount of time now, and it was an interesting wedding. It was a lot bigger than the other weddings I've been to. This is my third wedding that I've went to, and yeah, this was definitely the biggest one of them all. Like I said, it was interesting. The food was pretty good. You know, we had a filet mignon, so I thought that was really nice. Free drinks as well. I just had Jack and Coke, of course, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just you know, nice talk with the people I know there, and that's pretty much it. But when it comes to like marriage and all that stuff, don't really want to be involved with that for right now. I just want to focus on, you know, my own thing for now, and once I'm kind of settled with that, then I'm probably gonna go, you know, out and try to see people and stuff like that. But before that, I'm definitely gonna try to work on me before I, you know, try to find that significant other, I guess, maybe. I don't know, but we'll see. The future holds, you know, many things, and that may be one of them. I don't know. We'll definitely see about that. It's always filled with some random stuff. So, but yeah, I believe that's pretty much it for the real life stuff. Just at least the significant ones anyway that come to mind. When it comes to games, I've been playing a whole lot of Black Ops 3, in addition to BlazBlue Cross Egg Battle. I had made a review video about that one, and I'm pleased with it for the most part. And also, but back on Black Ops 3 is like a surprising return, because I actually hated it at first, but because it was free, my friends picked it up and decided to, you know, just play it again, and I think it's a lot more enjoyable playing with friends. But I think in general though, it made me really appreciate it, because having to, you know, compare that to World War II. World War II feels like crap. It definitely feels like crap, and I'd rather play Black Ops 3, despite the whole jumping and wall running stuff. Rather play Black Ops 3 than World War II, unfortunately. Yeah, so, you know, it makes me think more about Black Ops 4, what that would be like, since it is going to be grounded again, like how, you know, Call of Duty should have been. Makes me, you know, also look forward to Battlefield 5, because of the whole World War II thing. Whether it'll have the Japanese and Italians and Russians or not, I'll probably look forward to it, because it looks good. The Battlefield games have always been like a very cinematic experience, even when I'm playing online. So I think it's fun on that part. But I believe other than that, I've been playing also some mobile games like Fate, Grand Order, of course, as always, Grand Blue Fantasy, and the other one is Girls Frontline. And I'm kind of like on and off with that game. I just like collect the heroes or the guns or whatever in that game. But I think really, yeah. Other than that, not much else. Oh yeah, I've also been playing Pokemon Quest, which is kind of interesting. Maybe I'll do a short review about it, very rapid fire kind of review for Pokemon Quest. What I think of it overall. But I think so far it's neat. It's a nice way to kill time, and it's on your Switch, so why not? And I think also it just came out on your on all major mobile devices now. So you can have it on your iPhone or on your Android device or phone or whatever. So you can definitely try picking that up and give it a whirl. So, but yeah, to say the least, it is interesting. And like I said, it's something to kill time with. It's definitely a game you can play in short bursts, but not really a streaming game material unless you want to just sit back and relax and talk to your chat, because you can put that on auto battle without having to worry too much about the game itself, or your units dying or your Pokemon dying or whatever, or fainting. But yeah, it definitely makes me look forward to more on not only the Pokemon Heyu, Pikachu, and Eevee game, but the core RPG for Pokemon for next year on the Switch. So it makes me excited for those games. So definitely giving me a constant reminder about that. But yeah, I believe that's really much it for June. Oh yeah, of course. When it comes to YouTube, June. Sorry about that. I've already talked about a number of things, like the review on Blaze Blue Cross Lake Battle, the movie reviews, Jurassic World, and Incredibles 2. One other significant video I guess I made for this month was the lovely rumor about the Uncanny Edition of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is like something everyone will want to see, and it unexpectedly blew up quite a bit. So it's got like 20k views now, at least, maybe 25k, which was way more than I thought it would be. I'm looking over there, sorry, because of my display, or the camera is like displayed over there too, so I'm like making sure everything's all running. Sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah, that video blew up quite a bit, and I'm just like, whoa, I get it's just, it really shows that Marvel vs. Capcom is such a beloved fighting game series, and I love it too. So that's why I made a video about it. I just wanted to talk about it in general, really, despite being a rumor and all that stuff. Still, and it's just something I definitely would love to see come to fruition. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to see. Don't be trying not to put your expectations too high. It could be something else. It may lead to other, different things that are cool, that are kind of on the line of the versus Capcom series. It could be something else. It could be, a Capcom All Stars game. It could be a whatever versus Capcom, like Nintendo or Sega, or whatever. It could be Shonen Jump for all we know. Jump versus Capcom. How cool would that be? Because there was Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which is a television company that happened to show a lot of the animes like Gotcha Man and Tekka Man and all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty, that's that was like the biggest video I guess I made for that month. So but now on to July. I would love to do something with a new series that it involves with reviewing games, but with a bit of a different approach. So what I'm gonna basically try to do is compare two games that are vaguely similar with each other. So I'm you guys will probably know when, by the time it comes out, you'll understand what. And I think it's gonna probably be either called like the Game versus Game or Battle of the Games or something. And it's really funny because I was really inspired by some of the bits from, what was it? I was watching BattleBots on YouTube, like the old ass episodes and everything, and the way they present the robots, like the cards and everything, the scorecards, kind of inspired me to to try out a new series involving with you know, comparing two games or whatever with a scorecard possibly and everything. So maybe, you know, I'll play around with that and see how that goes, and hopefully I'll get that out by sometime in July. And of course, you know, hope you guys, you know, look forward to that. So I think it'll be a pretty fun thing to try out, and hopefully it'll come to fruition, unlike Marvel's Capcom Uncanny Edition. So, and I just heard some fireworks going off in the background. Oh, there goes another one. But anyways, it is July. So, and speaking of which, I'm gonna have some plans for 4th of July. In real life, of course, probably have a little barbecue with friends and with the boys, and that's pretty much it. Just, you know, hang out, chill, and, you know, there's all there is to it. I believe, but in July as well for YouTube, I will continue the Detroit Let's Play, and we actually finished it pretty recently, so you know, we got that out of the way now, and the two boys, Josh and Todd, don't have to suffer anymore. So hopefully next time we do another Let's Play, it'll be a more, you know, it'll be a much more tolerable game. Maybe Jump Force or something. I don't know. I don't know. There's really much else for us to do a Let's Play about. Maybe like a one-timer, one of those like one and done kind of Let's Plays for maybe one game, sometime later this year. But other than that, I don't know. We'll have to see when it comes to doing a Let's Play with those two boys. But maybe with something different with Ender Gamma. But I don't know. No idea. But I don't know. We'll definitely see about that. Let's Plays will definitely still be a thing. But I believe that's pretty much it for the July updates and the look back on June. So as always, you know, it's been quite the month. June has been quite the month, especially with the first half being a very mixed bag, with my channel being disabled, and but with E3 happening at the same time, so I couldn't do anything about it. In terms of like uploading content and stuff like that, I just went off the grid for like a whole week, and people were just like, "What's going on?" And I was trying to talk to YouTube about it, and they didn't really tell me anything, and it was a mess, mostly on YouTube's part, and I had to suffer the consequences for it. But hopefully things will, you know, things will just work out, and hopefully nothing else would happen. So. I believe also, if there's anything for the future, well, I think at this point too, I'm waiting for Evo, man. I think that's the next biggest thing, and I think PlayStation experience, and that's pretty much it for the rest of the year. When it comes to like conventions or something for me to go to in real life. But yeah, there's definitely more movies to see and more games to look forward to play, and August has, you know, some things to do. July might be a dry spell when it comes to buying new games, but I'll probably have some plans for streaming. Maybe perhaps more of Mario Tennis Ace. But I would like to do something hopefully with Ori for the stream. So look forward to that. Follow my Twitch channel. The link will be in the description box below if you want to check that out. Really appreciate it. It really helps. And also, I'm still sponsored by Loot Crate. All the stuff is below. Want to check it out as well. If you want to save 10% and all that stuff, you haven't already. You know, that's a nice way to start out Loot Crate. So Loot Crate has always been cool. I really recommend, as always, the Loot Crate. The shirts or whatever. So Loot Wear, I think that's the one. Their shirts have always been awesome, and I think it's a really good deal if you get their shirts. I think it's like once a month for like $10 or something. So $10 a shirt, once a month. It's a big steal, right? Especially when they're cool looking. So how can you beat that? So that's one. I guess that's one way to use the coupon code and click on that link or whatever. But anyways, that's just an option for you guys if you want. But yeah, other than that, you know, as always, you know, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, whatever, and you know the drill. Hit the bells and the whistles and all that stuff to stay notified, because you know how YouTube is nowadays. But hopefully YouTube doesn't screw up the subscription thing too much. And they really need to add that calendar feature, man. I don't know why they haven't really done anything about that. I'm gonna keep bugging them about that. But anyways, that's it pretty much for the July update. Look back on June. Sorry if this video took long as always, but anyways, thank you guys as always for watching and supporting the channel. Really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Sean out.